Hey guys, what's going on? It's Thrawn Gaming, and today I am back with something a little different. It's a video that I wanted to make for a little while now, and finally I'm getting to it. So today, the video is Super Star Destroyer Tournament. So basically, I'm going to have Super Star Destroyers go against each other, and there's going to be like a little bracket, and they'll advance to the next rounds, and then we're just going to see who is the best Super Star Destroyer. About said Super Star Destroyer. That does not sound right. The contestants in this tournament will be
We await your orders.
Vengeance class Star Destroyer, which you see before you. The where is the other ones? Where's the Empire one?
At your service, my lord.
The Sovereign class Dreadnought, which is right here. The Eclipse class Star Destroyer, and the Executor class Star Destroyer. Now, some of you might be wondering, well, where's the Rebel Viscount, or Viscount, however you say it, and where's the Bellator? Well, the Viscount has a habit of jumping into the battlefield on top of the other Star Destroyer, and so it will either give it an unfair advantage by having all of its weapons being able to fire onto the enemy, or if they have, close-range weapons like laser cannons, it'll absolutely tear the Viscount to shreds. So, I unfortunately can't put the Viscount in, so I'm sorry about that. And the Bellator, the reason I can't put that in is because its stats are so low that any Super Star Destroyer will have zero chance against it. And even, I'll show you at the end, I'll put the Eclipse class, I'll put the winner against the Bellator, and I'll show you just how little of a difference it makes. Like, it does some damage, but it does not do near enough to actually kill one of these. So, without further ado, let's start the first round. So, we've got a Vengeance class over here, and we've got the Sovereign class over here. So, let's get it started. And they should, yes, they do begin attacking each other. There's no... Is that just me? Or is there no sound effects? Okay, there actually are sound effects. I just have my volume down way too low. Looks like the Sovereign class is just deciding to take it and not do anything. Not the Sovereign class. The Vengeance is just sitting here, doing nothing.
At your service, my lord.
Interesting. Let's speed this up a little bit so that we can actually have the Vengeance start moving. Maybe. If it'll move. Because its shields are going down. No, okay, there we go. Now it's actually moving. Let's see if we can actually get a good screenshot. You gotta have a good thumbnail. No, it's okay. No, it's not. The special thing about the Sovereign class is, I'm just going to give you guys some background information on the ships, or at least some dialogue, so that it's not just me being quiet while two ships enter a slugging match. The special thing about the Vengeance is it has a crap ton of these assault concussion missile launchers, and it is a very long-range, actually not, it's not incredibly long range, but it's able to snipe the other ship and deal some very heavy damage using its concussion missile launchers. But that's only good against ships with, a few hard points, because as you can see, even if it destroyed one of the Sovereign's hard points, it would still have to, you would have to switch targets, and that just wastes all those concussion missiles into the space where that hard point was. So it doesn't deal a whole lot of damage. The other thing for the Sovereign is that it has a super laser mounted on the front of it that is currently not firing. I'm not sure why, but normally if it has enough... Yeah, it just dealt a pretty big blow to the Vengeance. Normally, whenever it shoots like that, it will damage all of the hard points just a little bit, but that does not seem to be the case. It just damaged the hull, which is weird and interesting that that didn't happen. But, yeah, The Sovereign's basically a dumbed-down version of Palpatine's Eclipse, and if I remember correctly, the reason they were making Sovereigns was to have mobile super lasers they could park in individual star systems that would be less expensive than the Eclipse, because they're smaller and they have about the same armament, it's just they have less hull and shields, so, yeah. I'm pretty sure the Vengeance and the Sovereign are actually, yeah, they're very close in hull strength and shield strength, with only about maybe a few thousand difference, but the Vengeance has, it has a lot of weapons. It has 25 heavy turbo lasers, 25 medium turbo lasers, 25 heavy dual ion cannons, 20 light quad laser cannons, and 10 assault concussion missile launchers. It just, oh, no, I thought it went off the map for a second. The Sovereign class has 50 heavy dual turbo lasers, 8 medium ion cannons, and 50 heavy laser cannons. And it also has its special super weapon, which is the super laser that it carries. In terms of firepower, I think the super capital ship with the largest amount of firepower is the Executor? I'm pretty sure. The Vengeance has a lot of firepower, and the Sovereign and Eclipse do too, but for sheer firepower, I'm pretty sure it's the Eclipse. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But, as we can see, the fight is pretty well balanced. Everybody looks fairly even. Like, as you can see, if I go out of fast motion, you can see the banks of lasers fire. Like, that's not actually just a curved laser, that's crap tons of lasers just in a curved formation. And so, you know, it can fire off in those volleys and actually be able to deal some heavy damage to individual subsystems. Right now it looks like it's hitting shield. Weird, it's not actually hitting the ship, but it looks like it's hitting, like, shielding. Oh, okay. It just looked like it's actually hitting the ship, but up here it looked like it was hitting, like, some shield or something. Yeah, right now the Sovereign is excelling. The Vengeance, I'm pretty sure, is gonna lose. Yeah, it's not looking too good for the Vengeance, especially since the Sovereign is winding up with that super laser. I'm not sure if the animation's on this one. No, it's not. But the Eclipse class has these two little what are they? Little green energy balls up here. Whenever it to signify that, I don't remember if it's to signify that super laser's ready or if it's almost done. But whenever it fires it off, the lasers will actually wait, did it just fire off a super laser? Okay, it didn't. I thought I heard it. The beams will actually run down the side of the ship, and then, like, they're converged right here, and then the super laser comes off, which is always a really cool thing to see. Let's see if we can get cutscene, not cutscene, but yeah, cool. Well, I'm glad you did that, Sovereign, when I wasn't looking. Well, it looks like the Sovereign just kicked the crap out of the Vengeance, and it still has a good amount of hard points remaining. Let's speed it up a little bit, because I just want to make sure all the fighters have a fair chance to get some damage in. Because a lot of the times the fighters will actually make a huge difference in capital ship combat, because the TIE bombers do a good amount of damage to hardpoints, and TIE interceptors will too if gone unchecked. But now it looks like it's all quiet, so I will come back with the next matchup. Alright folks, it is time for the next battle. So, on this side we have the Executor class Star Dreadnought versus the... Why are you moving? Versus the Eclipse class Super Star Destroyer. Notable designs with each ship. This ship has the most firepower out of any Super Star Destroyer, I believe. And the Eclipse has the most health and shield combined, if I remember correctly, out of any Super Star Destroyer, and it also has a super laser. So, without further ado, let's get this fight going. Let's get this fight going. Are you guys seriously not gonna attack each other? Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. The Eclipse should have those two little... Yep, see? That's the animation. It runs down the thing and takes a good chunk of the Executor's shield with it. Jeez. Are they seriously not in range yet? Okay. The Executor actually is. I could swear the Eclipse had better range than that. It's odd, the Executor's not launching any fighters. Are they just getting destroyed too quickly, or... I'm not sure what the problem is for the Executor. It's not seeming to launch any fighters. So that's interesting, I guess. Well, it looks like the Eclipse is just absolutely tearing into the Executor. I ran the simulation once just to make sure everything went okay, and the Executor won by a significant margin and had its fighters. So I'm not 100% sure why it's not launching fighters and why it didn't break through the shields a little bit sooner. But now it actually has broken through the shields, and it's now starting to hit some of those hard points on the Eclipse. I could swear this had fighters. Maybe they don't have fighter bays like I thought they did. Do you actually have fighter bays? Did it get destroyed? What the heck? Executor, you're putting up like some of a fight, but it's just not a fight at all. Executor, you're embarrassing yourself. You're absolutely embarrassing yourself. I honestly can't believe that the Executor is doing as poorly as it's doing currently. Honestly, I thought the Eclipse would win, but now I just want the Executor to win because it won that one time. And I was so impressed that it did. Although the only reason that it did win is because the Eclipse actually held off from firing Super Laser and waited like an extra 10 minutes when it should not have. Was I like in the wrong mode or something? I am not sure. But if that Eclipse fires its Super Laser off one more time, I think this battle is going to be about over. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Jeez, the Eclipse is just having a field day with the Executor. And once it fires off that Super Laser, it's just going to be game over. Not to mention, the Eclipse has all these fighters back here. So, I'm not 100% sure what's the deal with the Executor today. Let me get it. There we go. I like how it's kind of like cloaked in shadow. Like it's just kind of coming out of the shadows. It's kind of cool. But, does it have the little bulbs back here yet? Yes, it does. It has little lights, and I'm pretty sure that means the Super Laser's either ready or almost ready. So, if we see those little green lights, or green energy pulses run down the side of the Eclipse, well, yep, it's game over. Let's see, let's just watch the health drop. Whoa, oh. Well, Executor, you never fail to surprise me, but that's not a very good surprise. You should have just let it take you, because it's just going to be even more painful now. Yeah, now their starfighters are just going to pick you apart. I swear, I thought the Executor would put up a better fight than this. This is pitiful, honestly. That health is absolutely nothing. Not 100% sure where it's going. Deciding to run away, apparently. But that's not going to work because the Eclipse, I'm pretty sure, is faster. And besides, the Eclipse actually has engines, and the Executor does... Oh, well, no, it has one engine. I'm wrong. You can get somewhere with one engine. Its speed is 1.25. Eclipse is 1.25. Oh, their acceleration, speed, and turn radius are the exact same. Yeah, the Executor has 9 out of 27. Yeah, it has like 27 squadrons, if not more. It should have been launching those like years ago. Yet it's just getting torn up by the Eclipse and its fighter complement that it used effectively. Well, we're about to watch the end of the Executor. Hey, maybe it's got its... Hey, it's got its little builds up. Oh, no, I didn't shoot it off. Sad. Well, the Executor lost. RIP. Alright, let's move on to the last battle, the Eclipse versus the Sovereign. Alright, folks, we are back, and this one could be a short one because the Eclipse is pretty much a better version of the Sovereign, so this could go fairly quickly, but let's get it started. The Eclipse is deciding to make the first move, and jeez, the Eclipse is so big I can't even fit the entire thing on my screen. I have to tilt it down like this. Honestly, I like the way the Sovereign was designed better than they're shooting at each other. Nice. Oh, no. Never mind. The Sovereign did not shoot its super laser off, because the Eclipse has taken no damage. Interesting choice, I guess. Can we see ranges here? Did I put the Eclipse in an unfair range? No, I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't think so. It's just the Sovereign's being dumb and is deciding not to use its super laser. Let's kick it up a notch. This fight would be more fair if the Eclipse had less health and shields, but it has way more health and shields than the Sovereign. This is just an unfair nightmare. The Sovereign is barely getting any shots in. Yeah, the Sovereign is just dying out here, and it is not using its super laser like I thought it would. Maybe it did. Did it? Can super lasers cancel each other out? Like maybe the Eclipse and the Sovereign were shooting at each other at the exact same time, and the Eclipse's super laser just ate the Sovereign's. I don't think that can happen, but it'd be interesting if it did. Well, either way, holy crap, it just decided it was going to spring into action and actually start fighting. Well, there's its super laser. That was awfully quick. Actually, that wasn't awfully quick, but that was rather late. It was quicker than I thought it was going to be just because I was in fast motion. God, look at the volleys coming out of this thing. The Sovereign just has nothing on the Eclipse. Because the Eclipse is 58 and 5, and the Sovereign is 58 and 50. So the only difference in weaponry between the two is that the Eclipse has 5 more heavy laser cannons. It's just the Eclipse's barrages and volleys look so much cooler. Like, it just looks so organized, and the Sovereign's is just like spitting stuff. And the Eclipse is like actually bringing its all. And the Sovereign's just like, no, I'm gonna lose. I'm just not really gonna fire that much. It's okay, guys. Let's speed this up a little bit. Yeah, the Eclipse is actually deciding to put this thing out of its misery. Jeez. It just looks like fan blades cutting into the side of the ship. That's... And I don't know if this makes a difference, but I gave the Sovereign the Empire of the Hand faction because I thought maybe that would boost its tactics or something, since it was in an incredibly unfair disadvantage. But if anything, it made its tactics worse. Oh, that was the final blow that we needed here, because the Sovereign is just about dead. Although I wonder what a Sovereign super laser would be like to the Eclipse now that the Eclipse is unshielded. So, that'd be interesting. Though I don't think it's going to recharge fast enough, since it recharges once every... how long is it? 210 seconds, is it? Yes, 210 seconds. Sorry about that. I had to burp there for a second. Yeah, this fight is pretty much over. The Eclipse is absolutely owning the Sovereign. The dad is putting the son in his place. This is not a pretty fight. Unless the Sovereign decides it's gonna hit back with a super laser. Though the Eclipse is actually taking it's taking so little damage, it's actually gaining shield. Because the Sovereign has no cannons that can actually shoot at the Eclipse. And the Sovereign's actually trying to run away, and the Eclipse is chasing it now. It's pitiful, honestly. Honestly. This is terrible. Yeah, no, this is absolutely terrible. Will the Sovereign get one last super laser shot off? Is the question. But I do see the little orbs on the back of the Eclipse, so... will the Eclipse get that last super laser shot off? I don't think so. Oh, yes it will. What a beautiful end to the conflict. What a beautiful end to the conflict. Well, oops, oh, no, that's the camera angle. Where is the Empire... oh no, Pentastar.
Vigilant standing by.
I'm going to spawn in a Bellator just to show you, in the Eclipse's weakened state, how little damage it will do.
Upgrade in progress.
Actually, no,
Upgrade cancelled.
Let's go with...
Upgrade in progress. Upgrade in progress. Upgrade
and then
complete.
spawn in... oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Where is the Pentastar alignment?
Vigilant standing by.
That's not it, that's not it, that's not it, that's not it.
My lord.
I can't find it.
Vigilant standing by.
There it is.
Upgrade in progress.
There it is. And it spawned right up the butt of the Eclipse. So let's put this into fast motion just to show you how little damage it's doing. It is doing so little damage, it's almost doing nothing to the shield. And I don't even see any hard points being damaged badly enough to actually say that it's being damaged. Though I don't think the Eclipse can actually shoot at it since it's underneath it. Weird. Yeah, it's just kind of derping. Well, that was fun. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, the notification bell. Let me know if you want to see more content like this, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.